together because let's be honest, lead capture is super fast. There's really not that many different strategies that you need to know about in order to lead capture effectively. However, I will show you the ones that we do need to know. So first one is paper lead capture, and that is when you're at a live event. You can have sign-in sheets, you can have pieces of paper where they're entered to win, and then you gather up that information afterwards. You enter it into your database. That's a really simple way to do it. Next option is text opt-ins. So text opt-ins I use when I'm speaking in front of large groups. I have used Text My Market. I have used Fixed My Funnel. I have used a couple other ones as well. I don't know, they're pricey. If you're going to use text opt-in, you need to make sure that you're using it on a regular, consistent basis. Because in the beginning, I think I was paying over $100 a month, and I just wasn't really using it all that often. So make sure that whatever you're using, it fits your budget, and you're going to use it consistently enough. If you just need like a one-time text opt-in, I would honestly do a Google, set up a Google number and have people text the Google number, and they'll come through one at a time into your inbox, and you'll have to enter them in one at a time, and it's a big pain. But if you're only doing it once, it's free, and you might have just time to have an assistant go and do it. So that's text opt-in. So we've got print, we've got paper, got text. The other option is online, and that's where they're going to be entering in a web form of some sort. I just had someone recently tell me that on his website, his web form, he realized didn't connect to anything. So everyone that was clicking, click here to join my newsletter for the past like 4 years, he's not gotten any of that captured. So make sure your web form is connected to your email marketing. And don't assume that they're connected. My very first website I had designed, they were not connected, and I thought that they were, and so people were like, well, I filled out that thing online, and I went and checked in. I was like, hey, where's all that information going? They're like, oh, it's just a form. It's not going anywhere. Like, you're kidding me. It's got to be going somewhere. So those are really kind of your main options for how you're going to be capturing information. One of the things that we do, I'll add this one as well, social media. One of the things that we do when we're on the ball, I'm not going to say that we do this all the time, but when we're on the ball, we have somebody who actually responds to all social media requests with a link to register for a free gift. And that way we can actually collect off of our social media leads as well. So make sure that even within your website, like if you've got a blog and you're driving traffic to that blog, is there somewhere on the blog page itself where they can easily and clearly see how to click in to register to be on your list? But make sure that everything you're doing, you've got a way to capture. Okay, the next thing that we're going to discuss here is how to nurture these leads. That's a really important thing to know, because it doesn't work where we just meet someone and then they go straight into being a client. We actually do need to set up, how is this going to work? How are we going to nurture these leads? This is something that we will be discussing even more in our week where we do autoresponders, which is week 8. So you're going to get to work on nurture sequences even more. For now, before we go into all the in-depth of writing out your nurture sequence, for now what I want you to do is understand that it takes time for someone to transition. So just because you met someone at a speaking event does not mean they're available to purchase that day. And if you leave it because they didn't purchase that day, then you will probably lose that client to someone else. So nurture is what we do to help people get to know us better. Can you give them some free content? Can you send them your top 10 tips for XYZ? Can you give them a video to watch? Can you invite them for a follow-up appointment or a follow-up class? What are you going to do that's going to allow you to nurture those people even more? At this point, really start thinking about it, and start, even if you could come up with one thing that you do. After I meet someone at a class, I always send them this email, and just start doing that. That will help you to nurture those leads. Where it's going to go is we're going to actually get to the point where you have autoresponders. So whenever a new lead joins your list, they're going to get this series of emails or series of videos or series of something that is going to allow you to be able to really nurture and love on those people. So for my lead nurture, everybody who comes into my system gets the Total Business Makeover. It's a 4-part video training. They're short videos, like 15, 20 minutes each. And then they also get, every week, I send out a new article and just updates on anything that we have coming in. That's our nurture. So that's how we nurture those leads. Some people stay in our system for a week before they buy. Some people stay in for 3 weeks before they buy. Some people, it's 6 months to a year. Sometimes it's, I've got people who are converting now who have been following me for 2, 3 years. So the ability for them to stay in your funnel and to stay engaged with you is what allows you to capture those sales when they are ready. So that is lead capture and lead nurture. Go get to work.